Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Jared Powley's Fragrance Reviews. Tonight we're going to be looking at a vintage masterpiece from the year 1987. This fragrance is known as Bijan Man, or Bijan Man Classic. This is an EDT eau de toilette concentration, and this is classified as an amber fougere. So the 1987 version that I have is a relaunch of the original 1981 version. So I am not sure if they're the same scent profile, but I would likely say that this 87 release is different from the 1981, and I have never smelled the 1981 version. My bottle that I have here is about 10 years old. So this is a fragrance I absolutely love. It's a vintage, old school fragrance, and I like to wear it for myself more than anyone. So I'm going to take this out of the bottle, and this has a very unusual style bottle with a white top and shaped like a donut. So I'm going to take the top off and give it a spray on the back of my wrist here. It's an average sprayer. So initially, I get a very heavy, deep, old school lemon without the animalic, pissy notes to it. And over the next several minutes, this citrus scent really starts to build in depth. It becomes more bitter and a bit peppery. About 15-20 minutes later on the first dry down, you start to get some red floral notes on top of the citrus notes. But again, it's still not animalic and still not pissy. It's what I would call a clean, old school, vintage fragrance. A little bit later on, you definitely start to get some ambery notes and it becomes more earthy. The late dry down, it still has the citrus notes, still has the red floral notes, but it becomes more herbaceous. So it's like a floral citrus, but it definitely becomes woodier and smokier, almost like a forest fire smoke, like a smoldering fire at the end of some type of a wiener roast or marshmallow roast. But this is still a gorgeous blend of lemon and floral vibes, and it has some aromatic spices that are blended to perfection. But later on, you do get a little bit more of an animalic note. There are many notes in this fragrance, so I'm going to rattle these off quickly. The top notes are oak moss, sage, nutmeg, musk, lavender, lemon, bergamot, mandarin, and various fruity notes. The mid notes are honey, carnation, fir, cinnamon, sandalwood, amber, tarragon, ylang ylang, jasmine, iris, and rose. And the base notes are leather, cloves, patchouli, vetiver, cedar, rosemary, benzoin, and tonka bean, and some vanilla. Performance on this was excellent. I got about 6 to 7 hours, nice scent wafts and trails. Off your clothes, it seems to last forever. It's going to last for days. I used a couple of sprays and I got very, very good, like I said, longevity and very good wafts and trails. The newer formulations over the last few years, this is still in production, from what I know, may be less potent. But this is a very well-priced fragrance. It's not overly expensive, and where I live in Canada, where fragrances are very expensive, this is very reasonable. Overall, final thoughts. This fragrance is not for everyone. You have to be a vintage lover. You may have used this fragrance in the past and you want to recapture memories in a bottle. But for me, I love it because it is like going to the past. It's like a time travel in a bottle. And I still think this is a gorgeous, deep citrus herb floral note, which is not overly animalic. It doesn't have the so-called grandpa smell. I consider it antiseptic, clean, but vintage and old school. It reminds me of one Aramis scent, which eludes my mind. This is, I would say, a 98% masculine fragrance. Very, very masculine fragrance. And for young lads and young bucks, I don't know if this is going to be for you. I think this is 35 and up, someone that is maybe a little bit more mature, a little more professional. I think you could get away with this in a professional setting, office setting, but this would have to fit your image. You couldn't be wearing this at a nightclub. This would have to be someone with a staunch sense of individualism and that rugged individualism where they don't care what people think. And when you smell this fragrance, when you smell it, you associate it with them. So overall, I would say this is a real winner. But again, always try before you buy, because it's not going to be for everyone. So if you like this fragrance and if you like this video, please hit the like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell. Any comments or questions you have, leave them down below, and I'll always get back to you. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.